Offrons à notre Dieu un festival de louange. Offrons à notre Dieu des sacrifices d'action de grâce parce qu'il est merveilleux. Son amour est glorieux. Offrons à notre Dieu
Welcome to the Y&L Podcast. This is just Atamaki.
And
I just had a very nice idea.
What happened?
That was a very nice idea. So I think today, like we need to make it, maybe do rock, paper, scissors to like which aspects of our lives we're going to discuss. With who will go first with regards sharing about his or her life.
Okay.
So yeah. So you are dealing with your honors. I am dealing with hostess.
Your PhD.
Yeah, my PhD, and I just moved to a different place. So it's a rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, I moved to Cape Town. So we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors, and then the one who loses shares first. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So you know the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, one, two. Yes. So share, sister.
Can we go again?
How's life? How's the honors?
Gapirisha.
You're perishing. What's happening? Why are you perishing?
Well, school is hard.
Okay.
Honors is hard. It's a different kind of transition from undergrad. It's not easy.
Yeah, I see. Even how you're dressed is like,
I'm mourning for my academia.
So, R.I.P. Sorry.
Yes. But I have an interesting topic that I'm discussing.
Okay.
I am discussing the role of COSAS
Cosas, okay.
from 1979 to 1985.
You sure?
And I'm basically looking, my case study is a Zola. When I say Zola, what comes to mind?
Zola 7.
What else? Gangsterism. I thought that's the first thing. Yes, so I'm looking at Zochazem. I think that's how they call it.
Zochazem.
Yeah, Zochazem. So I am looking at the role of COSAS in terms of like how young people fought against the apartheid system.
Okay.
And that they were not, in most cases what we know is that they were fighting against the education system.
Sister, okay.
How? Again, I'm discussing my paper.
Yeah, I think your paper will really is what we'll be discussing today. So I feel like I want to share from Monel. Yeah. I think because
what is it that you want to know,
today we're gonna be discussing about like healing from past hurts and like we're moving away. So we're gonna be discussing how apartheid left scars. There are still scars from apartheid. And how we can move from that, if it's possible to move from that, or is it still relevant to dwell in the past?
Okay, let me tell you something interesting I found there that got me interested in writing it.
Okay.
So what inspired me to write the paper initially was, we know of 1976 as young people who took to the streets.
Okay.
But what inspired them to do that? So I had my grade 10 teacher, Ose Shabalala.
Shout out to say Shabalala.
I used to teach life science, but in most cases, just life science. So what he used to do was that during our period Okfunda, he would literally just have a history session with us. And tell us of the 1976 uprising. And so what he said was very intriguing was no parent knew like that they were going to march the following day.
Yeah.
So they woke up and went on about their day as normal. And then parents came back and then found out what children took to the streets. So it was very interesting for me for me to take on that research to find out what inspired them. And I found a scholar that was interesting who spoke about generational consciousness.
Wow, that sounds very deep.
So it's a theory of how generations are inspired by things that happen during the time that they live in.
Okay. Wow. So I'm thinking two things. One, I'm thinking about Sarafina and when we go back and how she was teaching the different people that kids, we're gonna go and march, we're gonna do this, the white man. So I feel like, wow, okay, Sarafina vibes. And then the second thing, I'm like, did you guys pass that science? I got it.
Well,
because it's like, okay. So,
grade 10.
Let me put it to the test.
Wait.
What is a mitochondria? What is a mitochondria?
Why would you do that to me? It was grade 10, guys. I forgot I'm doing history for a reason.
I understand why you're doing
What is a
this.
mitochondria? That's a good
It's the
question.
powerhouse of the cell.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
I
I
did life
learned
science.
about
I didn't do history, do life science. I did life science.
He's at home, where did you school then? He's throwing shades.
I was
Where did you go? Where was your schooling?
I was in Soweto, Sidelekele Senior Secondary School, and remember Baso, who was very passionate about life science. Like, even took us to the,
I feel like I'm Helen Zille and they're roasting her.
even took us to the zoo and stuff. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so, but yeah, so for roasting guys, I wasn't roasting you. Okay, so about your life, I want to hear about your life, like your life. Like, or did your school like absorb your life?
Everything. I feel like my life is school right now, and there's absolutely nothing else that's interesting.
Wow. Okay, me, I have a lot of things that are interesting.
Of course, you moved to a different
I moved to a
country.
different country. I'm no longer a South African. I'm a Cape Townian.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay, how is that going for you?
Yes, I have my passport, visa. They're like, we do not trust a black person with an afro. Nah.
That's
Must
why
have a
you.
chisel.
That's what inspired the
Yeah,
move.
that's-
Okay. So you're trying to fit in, basically.
Not to fit in. It's the white man. It's like, hey, brother, come be out here chopping my daughter. So I'm like, okay.
How's the white
This is
genocide?
gonna
there?
happen. So
Is
the
there
white
white
genocide,
genocide
hey,
happening?
things are bad. I really feel bad for it.
Yeah.
Things are very bad, man.
Terrible things are happening in
Terrible
Africa.
things are happening. Yeah. So I really feel like crying and stuff. It's
I
like,
don't have tissues though.
it's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad.
I think it's called Julius Malema.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
We went to Stellenbosch. Woo, the poverty there. The poverty there. We know normal student centers. It's just you go there and you shop. There's a cinema.
And Stellenbosch.
It's like a mall, yo.
Something
We are
you've never seen.
We are torturing white people, didn't I say?
Okay, so they can't stand you guys.
Yeah.
Tell me about a day in Cape Town. How does a day look like for you as a black man who's torturing white people?
Okay, so the thing that I found is that Cape Town is divided. So
Okay.
I can tell people that I'm in Cape Town, but there are levels to this.
There's levels
So
to Cape Town. Okay.
Cape Town, you see in Joburg, like the CBD, like don't go there because it's messed up. You might not come back with your phone.
You might die.
And then when you go to Sentin, you're like, wow, South Africa is nice. That's the same with me.
So you basically live in Alexandra.
Yeah. That is what is happening. I'm not in Cape Town.
I thought you moved there to get a better life, but it's like you
No, I'm in the Kasi.
Okay.
I'm in the Kasi. There's Cape Town. I'm in Western Cape. Because there in the Kasi, which I mean, it's like they're colored people and what. We all understand the struggle. They're basically black. The thing that we're going to be discussing, like B.E.E. and stuff, colored people are included in B.E.E. I understand. They're also black. I went there. I'm like, this is a Kasi. The only difference is that they speak Afrikaans.
So you've never felt this black before, basically.
Yeah.
So you are a black man.
Yeah, I'm a black man. I'm a black man. Yeah, the things that we are doing to white people is not fair, Shan. It is not fair.
So you have faced racism in Stellenbosch to some extent. maybe.
No.
Okay, what is it? It's the atmosphere, it's the people, what is it?
The atmosphere is there that, wow, these people are living a horrible life. What kind of nice life is this?
That is horrible.
You see sometimes like when life is too soft.
Okay.
So soft that it's bad for you. Yeah, that's how soft
So
it
it's
is.
too soft
I
for
saw that there are
them.
levels to this. When you are in CPUT, it's black. It's a black institution. It's very black. It's very dark in there. I don't know if it's load shedding or what. I don't know.
You're throwing shade to black people
I
now.
don't know.
Because
I don't
you
know
are
if
white.
it's load shedding or what. But it's very dark in there. They must do something
They must bring
and
Elon
change
Musk.
the situation. It's very dark in there. And then when we go to UW, where I met UW, then it's somewhat
much
light.
better.
Yeah, it's somewhat light.
You felt at
Then you
home.
go to UCT, you're like, wow. Yeah.
Stellenbosch is
And then Stellenbosch is like, these people are money.
you know that Stellenbosch is actually like a result of the Afrikaner nationalism. So it's an institution, it's an intellectual institution for white people. That's why you felt so black.
Okay. I think you're just in the zone for us to discuss today's topic. So let's get into it. Sister. What do you think about the history of apartheid? Like the legacy of apartheid, and whether we should move away from it? Or should we still dwell on apartheid, or should we be like, what's in the past is in the past? Do we still feel the scars of apartheid?
We still do.
Okay.
It's something that is still very touchy to most South African
like
people.
Donald Trump touchy. So
like Julius Malema touchy. That's more real. Donald Trump. No, I think
Donald Trump like okay, nah, that's a bad joke. So
you haven't repented. Cape Town has made you worse.
sorry.
Anyway, hi people. Apartheid is still like a very touchy subject because I feel like Stellenbosch as an institution, it's a legacy of apartheid that is still very much relevant. And you felt black going there, and it's an Afrikaner institution that has been modernized and made to look nice, and it accommodates, and every white person living there has all the resources that they need. Something you won't find at UJ, where I'm from. Because when you came back, you told me that UJ is a high school.
No, it is. You don't have to go to Stellenbosch to see. Just go to Vic. Yeah, that's what it is.
Anyway, let's be serious. I feel like the legacy of apartheid is something that is still there. And it's still a touchy subject. I mean, if it wasn't, we wouldn't have leaders like Julius Malema who are still trying to fight for black people and try to voice out the day-to-day struggles that black people in particular face when it comes to education, when it comes to equality, when it comes to the fact that, I mean, you're still seen as a black person, you know, and there's no, I mean, in most cases when you go to places, there's that thing of you feeling like small because you are black. Or when you meet a white person, you're still intimidated by them. So the legacy of apartheid is still there. It might not be there in politics or in the law, but socially, how, I mean, apartheid, the reason why we had apartheid was to separate black from white people and make sure that black people are forever inferior. To this day, even when you go to Soweto, when I went to visit you last week, I went to visit him last week. I went to Orlando, and Ongi was telling me about how apartheid was very smart in separating you guys and making sure that when you have to travel, it takes time for you to get to where you have to go to. And there was this place called North is correct.
Yeah.
It was a colored place. They have, yes, it still is. They have toilets inside the house. But when you move, you guys didn't. You have toilets outside. You didn't know.
I didn't know.
You are. You're a white man.
No, I'm a black man. Because I was going outside.
Yes, but yes, the legacy of apartheid is still there. I don't know if you see it. Do you see it?
Wait, okay, so they were like, okay, black people can't have toilets in the inside.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, it's taking away the dignity of a black person. If you have to use the toilet, you have to go outside to use it.
Nah, I don't know about dignity.
Oh, how do you view it then?
Where was Adam doing his business?
Adam is level. We are talking about the development of people in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 1990s. We have evolved from then. We have moved from that. We can't really say just because we know it and we've been through it, it does not mean that it was normal to us. But when you taste better, like you tasted better when you went to Cape Town and saw levels, you're in Alexandra, some people are in Sandton, then you realize that something is wrong.
Okay. But so I'm less dignified because I do my business outside.
You are not less dignified that you do your business outside. However, if you are put in a situation that we are going to put you outside because you are black, then your dignity is being stripped off.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because where I'm sitting, or where I'm staying, the toilet is near the kitchen. And some people do some very serious business.
So it's still inside the house.
It's still inside the house. I'm
It's
like, yo,
convenient
if it
for
was
you.
outside, that was gonna be better, cause woo.
No.
But I hear
no.
what you're saying. Yeah.
We need to blame to whoever was constructing that house and whatever they were doing.
Okay.
It doesn't take away from the fact that black people were being less dignified or seen as people who don't deserve better because of the color of their skin.
Yes. Okay, so I think that really touches somehow. Okay, the main thing that I want us to look at is that there's the legacy of apartheid. If we were to look at the here in Joburg, like the spatial planning in Joburg is that the more you go south, it's the more poorer people become and the less access.
Things go south, basically.
Yeah, things go south the more you go south. And then, nice one, Jess. And then the more you go north, so that things are becoming better and better.
Yeah.
So, and even the highways, there are fewer highways that lead to the city, right? Because just limited, and they didn't think that many black people will have like access to cars and stuff. So what happened is that now, like in the morning, the cars that are going towards the city, there's a lot of traffic,
yes.
And then in the evening there's
the traffic jam is even bad.
Traffic jam is even bad. Yeah. So there we still see the history of apartheid. So the thing like the BRT system area via, they were like corridors of freedom, yes. in a way to try to move away from that spatial planning of apartheid. So there we see there were some initiatives that were taken to help black people to also have some kind of access to opportunities. Now the thing that I see, or I don't know how to go about it, because as you are talking, I'm not sure in which you fall under. But there are certain economic opportunities, and then we want black people to have access to those opportunities. Yeah, we want black people to have access to those opportunities. Now the question is, should black people have access to opportunities because they are black, or should they have access to opportunities because they are qualified for those opportunities? Which school of thought are you? Or are you saying both? Because both. Okay. So what do you think about B.E.E?
Black Economic Empowerment.
The framework, if you know about it, and also the how it has been carried out. Do you think that it satisfies both, or it just became something else?
The framework, I don't think I know it. You will help me with that. Yeah. But I know that it's there to uplift black people and try and sort of mitigate the issues of apartheid that happened, to say that black people were inferior and they did not have the same opportunities. Let's give them a platform where they could come in and sort of have economic freedom, if I may put it that way.
Yeah.
So I think that they should be given opportunities because they are qualified. And I mean, when you started posing the question, I thought apartheid. When apartheid started, it started to make sure that a white man gets certain privileges because he's white.
Okay.
So if we say B.E.E, is because you are black. You haven't had to share in this glory, so just go in, you understand, and grab the opportunity. So if we're going to look at, does B.E.E stand for black people because they are black? Then we should then go back, which might sound dumb to say, apartheid was there because of what? Because of white people being white and getting certain opportunities because of the color of their skin. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, they had those opportunities, and to some extent, some white people never really had the qualifications that they needed to have in order to be where they were at the time. But when they were given the opportunity, they work at it, and then they learn, and then they become better, and then they get those qualifications.
So another question is this a form of reverse apartheid? Because that is the thing of this white genocide that is taking place
in South Africa. And only America knows about it. Is that the main argument is that there are about 143 plus laws, which are race-based laws,
and it is like worse than apartheid. So now, if we can, so the right-wing media in the States, that is what they are highlighting, is that there's a reverse apartheid in South Africa. Now the black man is doing to what, Ishman? Now the black man is doing to white people what white people did during apartheid, and even worse.
Is he though?
Is he though?
Is he though?
Is he though?
Black people
So
are
now-
dying. Are they though?
Are they though?
White
Are they
people,
though?
are they dying?
So the main thing I believe that led to this situation is Starlink. Elon Musk, the Pretoria boy, destruction. Okay, now.
I think you should just stay in America.
Yeah.
Let's
So-
link in.
Yeah. So Elon Musk wanted to establish Starlink here, and then because of the B.E.E. framework, it highlights that
30%.
the black people must have some sort of stake in the company, and he was against that. So he
Why is he not labeled racist then? If he doesn't want black people to take part in that, isn't that racist?
I don't know. If I call you racist first, then you can't call me racist. I think that is what he did. I will call them racist before
They call me racist. Okay, that's
Yeah.
So basically, you agree that's what happened in the White House when Ramaphosa went there and spoke to Donald Trump, and they just, it was like a movie or something.
It was a
Everything
movie.
seems so cooked up. It's like, what? He's bringing out papers. They are white. What were they, crosses or what?
Yeah.
That people are dying, and we're just there. Is this even South Africa though?
Yeah. Okay, so for me that
That was a stunt.
that meeting, it showed me that it reminded me of there's a poem by Mzwaki Mbuli.
Mbuli.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Says, "Ukulimala kwengqondo,
Oh, Nkosi yami.
ukulimala kwefemeli."
So you are recycling.
I don't know all of it,
Okay,
but
okay,
yeah.
continue.
Ukulimala kwengqondo, ukulimala komuntu, ukulimala komuntu, ukulimala komndeni, ukulimala komndeni, ukulimala komphakathi, ukulimala komphakathi, ukulimala kwelizwe.
Kunjani umoya wembongi?
Hey. So for me, when I
yes.
saw that meeting was racist. That meeting was very, very racist. So I was watching that, and then when the white top dogs, the president of SA, were talking, I was like, wow, they're really, and I see Trump is really listening. And then when our president interjected, I was like, hey, why is this black man talking?
You think that Trump was really listening, or he was just wanting them to say what they have to say? Because I feel like the entire time he didn't give people to talk. There was a time when he started talking, or Trump, and then the president was like, he wanted to say something. He never gave him a chance to say
I'm saying
anything.
that he allowed the bosses to talk.
Which bosses? Oh, the Oppenheimers.
The Rupert
Okay.
and the golf buddies.
The golf.
They spoke, and I listened. And I was like, wow.
Okay.
And then when President Ramaphosa wanted to talk, I was like, black man.
Cape Town.
Wow, what are you doing? Keep quiet. The bosses are talking. Then I was like, Sfiso, ulimele ngqondo. Ulimele, boy.
Ulimele,
I was like,
boy.
and in that video,
Can you imagine
our
he was
president
wounded?
looked very, very dark. And I was like, hey, it's very dark in here.
But what did you take out of it? Like listening to those white people talking, the golfers. What did you take?
Okay, so many people are against like how the president went about the situation. People are like he went there to beg and didn't really.
Yes, he didn't negotiate.
But
he didn't stand for us.
I really thought that he was being diplomatic.
How so?
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really think that he was being diplomatic. You saw what happened with Zelensky. It was very, very controversial. Zelensky messed up the bag. He was supposed to provide funds for his people. And then
I have
what
just
happened?
one question for you. Wait. Does being diplomatic mean that we are not going to be honest? Because the president was not able to stand for the constitution of South Africa. He was not able to stand for the song. The song says kill the boer, the farmer, but no one died.
Let me ask you this. This is a group of women. It's a group of women.
Yes.
And then there's someone that says, I am a woman abuser. And then I bring my sisters to vouch for me. Who will you listen to? Will you listen to me, who is labeled as a woman abuser, or will you listen to other ladies in my life?
I don't know if I get what you're saying.
Okay, yeah.
You are saying there's a
understand my
room
question?
of women.
Yeah, we're in a room.
Of women.
We're in a
There's a
room.
woman. There are women
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's those gender activists, the feminist activists. And then they're saying Fiso is a wife beater, not a vest. Yeah.
American
A wife
boy.
beater, yeah.
Yes, wife
So,
beater.
so, and then I'm like, I'm not a wife beater, but I will not speak for myself. I brought the ladies in my life. They will tell you if whether I abuse women or not. Who will you listen to? Will you listen to me?
First of all,
or will you listen to?
I will listen to both of you. However, I'm going to ask the woman who says they've been abused by you to provide evidence or tell me of instances where that has happened.
Exactly.
And bring witnesses.
Exactly.
That's what the president failed to do.
It's by
How did he do that?
He brought Rupert.
Excuse
and
me.
Rupert was like, there's no genocide in South Africa. He brought the richest white person in South Africa. He's like, Bob, look at my Mukaba. We are moneyed there. That's what he did. If a black person, if us as black people, we defend ourselves, we are just defending ourselves. Bring a white person that is moneyed, then you see, we are okay. But more importantly, what does this mean for the youth of South Africa? I see you don't agree with me.
I think you've just switched it to something else. By the youth of South Africa, you mean what?
What is the legacy of apartheid? What does the Starlink issue? The whole racist vibes. Do you think it still has an impact on how South Africans view themselves? Do you still think that the legacy of apartheid still affects how the black child can move in this climate? Or do you it's a thing of the past, we are now enjoying it? Enjoying ourselves?
I think it's a little bit of both. We really want to move forward, but I believe that the legacy of apartheid is something that is still holding back a lot of young black youth in South Africa. Okay, you come from a very impoverished background. You go to university. Yes, you apply for NSFAS. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. Or you continue. Okay, you get it and you finish your undergrad studies. And then when you want to continue or further your studies, you don't have the money to continue to do so.
Go and work.
Will you be able to come back and...
I don't know.
No, will you though? Okay, let's say you go and find a job. Chances of finding a job, will you really, in this unemployment rate that we have, do you believe that young people can get jobs? Or what qualifies a black young child like me, for example? Just make me an example. I went and studied at the University of Johannesburg, got my degree. Am I employable? Will I get a job?
Which career did you choose? I think many people, even I was reading something, Bladen Zimande and the others are highlighting that many of the young people are not targeting fields whereby South Africa needs more of such people. They are targeting, I don't want to say useless, but useless fields. Why? Because there's much supply in Ishman and there's very little demand.
And the question that young people are asking the minister is, if they are nonsense, no, they are useless, then why are you still keeping them in the university? Why are they still being studied then? That's the question they're asking.
People are asking that. These people are happy passing with 30%.
Are they?
Yes.
No.
How?
No, they are not. Listen, they are not. They are not happy. Listen to me. What happens is that in most cases we do not
have a choice.
No. We do not motivate young people enough.
So we must motivate them.
You can't tell. No, listen. As a teacher, when you come into the classroom and start teaching a young black child, you can't tell them that. So you get 30%. You can't. That is nonsense. I am saying that if the government is telling us that we are studying useless courses, then they shouldn't start in high schools and primary schools to tell young children that it's okay to pass with 30%. Because they're not going to amount to anything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sister, you said that they do not want to pass by 30%.
The young people don't want that.
So
it's not a normal thing.
Passing by 30%.
Because teachers are telling them that it's okay for you to move to the next grade with that 30%.
And then what do they say? Do they fight the teachers and like, no, I don't want this?
Teachers should be fighting their own government that is telling them to go tell the child that it's okay to do so.
Do you hear yourself?
Yes, I am listening.
Sister, I have a lollipop here. This is my lollipop.
You can't downgrade education to a lollipop.
Listen to my example, no? We have a lollipop here.
Yes.
And I say, this is a lollipop.
Yes.
And I say, lick this lollipop.
Yes.
I say, no, I don't want this lollipop.
And you told me that it's sweet and it's
And
nice.
then you take it. And the old man told me to take this lollipop. Poor me.
Yes, poor me because I'm young. Shame to you because you are old.
How?
For saying that a young child should be taking a lollipop, knowing that it's dangerous for them to do so.
It's dangerous to take a lollipop.
It's your own example that you are using. Of course, it's dangerous for a child to take a lollipop. If they're taking it too many times, what will happen? It's wrong. Why are we even having this conversation?
Sister, the thing that the thing that I will highlight is the South African youth is lazy.
Is it?
It's very lazy.
Why are you saying that?
The people that are prospering, there's a cultural issue that we are facing as South Africans.
Let me just drop something before you
there
continue.
was something I was reading that South Africa needs more engineers and less DJs.
If the youth of today is lazy, we would never have had the 2015 FISMAS form. We would never have had it. Because that would show that young people don't value education. But they do. It's just that they don't have the resources.
Oh, sister. Okay, let me ask you this. This says fees must fall. What happens when people receive NSFAS? Since they value education. What happens when people receive NSFAS?
It depends.
It depends on what? Usually, they get drunk. Usually, they get drunk.
Do I get drunk? Do I get drunk?
What did I say?
No,
usually?
you can't. You can't take an example. No, hear me out.
No,
not all young black people do that.
Yeah, but generally.
So you are saying that we should stop giving them NSFAS because they'll go get drunk? What are you saying?
I'm saying that you are looking at the exception of black people or of black.
You are also doing the same thing to say that just because they drink alcohol, that's the only thing they do.
No.
Some people, when they get that NSFAS money, they go and build their homes where they are from.
How many people do that?
How many people do that when it comes to NSFAS money with drinking alcohol? 90% of people do that. Okay, let's say they do. Do they fail? Yeah. If they do they fail?
Do they get proper marks?
It's a question I'm asking you. How do you know that just because they drink alcohol, that means they fail?
How do you know they don't?
Come on.
Come on.
You can't say that.
But let's keep it moving. So now the thing is that what I'm highlighting
you're so white right now. This Cape Town has ruined you.
Yeah, thank you. So the thing that I'm highlighting is that there's a cultural problem, cultural phenomenon. There are people within black communities that have a different culture than the people. Me as someone who grew up in Soweto, compared to someone who is from like Venda, there are cultural differences. Venda people usually do better. Why? Because they have a culture of excellence. But in Soweto, we have a culture of vibing. From personal experience, for me, in Soweto, very, very few people aspired to achieve greatness. Many people are satisfied with the 350 that they are receiving from the government. And even with that 350, the things that they do are not that much productive. Okay. A very famous black man once said, I have fought against
white domination.
Oh my daughter. So here there's no white or black domination. We are brother and sister in Christ. Yeah. Okay, so now my question is, since there's no white or black, no gray or red, but all one, what is the relevance of the church in this situation, in the South African context? Do you think that the church Christianity has any relevance?
It does.
Okay.
Even before I come to the modern, like what we have now, during the Apartheid era, young black people used to go to church and have their meetings there. And whenever the white people used to come and check, they would start singing. There's a song called Liza Lisitinga Lakho, which means Lord, fulfill your promises. So before we had the national anthem that we now have, they used to sing that song. So when white people came into the church, they found young people singing. So they thought, they're just worshiping God, and they would leave them. So I feel like even from during the apartheid system, the church really created a safe place for young people to come and discuss their issues, and also created a place for them to have their own identity. Because I feel like that's what the church does. It really shapes and molds a person when it comes to moral values and their core beliefs. I think that a church really has a significant role in doing that, and they're still relevant. Churches are still very much relevant.
Okay, phrasing it differently. Does Christianity have a place in this situation?
It definitely does. Christianity has a place in the issue of black and white racism that has happened in South Africa. Firstly, Christianity is able to try and make white and black people to see that God does not look at black people as black people, and it's your problem, and you guys have to fix it. You understand? And church also teaches on salvation, on sin, and for us to know that if I hate a black man, hate is a bad thing. Hate is sin. You understand? You can't just hate someone because they're black. You know, it's a very abominable thing to do. So I think that the church is very relevant in teaching people about what Christ sees people as, regardless of the color of their skin, and really try to take out those cobwebs in their eyes of us having those beliefs, philosophies, ideologies that are just crazy.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, let me try to. So we have a history of apartheid.
We do.
Do we still feel the scars of apartheid in the spatial planning, in the economy, or the lack of economic opportunities based on race? There's a white genocide, I'm talking. So we still feel the legacy of apartheid. My question is, how does Christianity help with the economic issues, with the past hurts, with the corruption that is there, and looking at it not just on a normal societal level, but for the young people, what hope or what solution does Christianity or the gospel of Jesus Christ provide for the young person?
I think it's very important to note that or in the formation, I think I'm not going to really run away from the things I've explained to you, but I'll try and highlight them to say that if we are building your identity in church, we say that this is a place for you to find your sense of belonging, and we teach what people would call morality, right? It really helps. It's the foundation thing that makes all other things easier. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, right? If things start in a society and we teach you about the importance of loving your neighbor as you love yourself, of having to treat, the Bible does not say love your neighbor as you love yourself when they are black or when they are white. You understand? No,
Sure.
that's why I'm saying this black and white thing is our problem, and it's affecting us on different levels, economically, all the alleys politically, all other things, you understand? But if we start from a societal place, and that means we start from church, then it can really help other things to become more and more easier for people. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm just saying that church is important for the identity of people. And if they know that, then it can really help any other thing that we do as a country.
Yeah, I get you. Okay.
Do you think that church is still relevant?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
So I think yeah, as you're touching on the aspects of like identity and how, but for me, what I really think is that the cultural perspective or the culture that we have had as black people, it's true that we can blame white people, and white people have had very corrupt hearts, very evil hearts, and black people also have had very evil and corrupt hearts.
So a corrupt heart is not because you're black or you're white.
It's not because you're black or you're white.
Yes.
So the thing that I really feel that the church or Christianity brings to the fore is a revolutionary perspective on how to go about, like how you are going about with your life, as you are highlighting, like with if it builds your identity, then you can know how you can go about in society. So me, the thing that I really want to touch is like, okay, if you're a young person and you are out here having sex outside of marriage, and you're thinking that your life will be better, how will you progress in your life if you have to be stressing about like 3 kids and you're in grade 9? And you will blame the white man.
It's not a white man.
Fighting for child grant. And your baby daddy is probably a dropout.
But now what's important is to understand that child might happen to come from a sexualized or hypersexualized society. Because
that is the society we are in. So we need Jesus. We need the gospel.
And I am not disputing that you're right. But you can't make it about black and white. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying
you can't blame a white man. Okay.
The hypersexualized society is mostly in black townships.
And the question is why. But we're not going. One day we'll get to it.
One day we'll highlight that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we have someone who can help us and bring about a new perspective. I think you should introduce him, cousin Nebuya.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, family, today I get the privilege of doing something that I don't normally do because the white man over there gets to do it all the time. So today we are joined by Lindo Kuhle Kubeka. I used to go to school with him. He was 2 grades ahead of me, and he's very interesting. I think I will just give him the platform to tell us more about himself. One thing though I will say is that he's a pastor. Okay, no, the second thing I will say also is that he's a businessman. I don't know if I should say the third thing. Should I? Okay. He's a motivational speaker.
You're going to motivate us. So we are lead motivation.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. It's a great intro. To be introduced like that, and first time in the podcast.
Wow.
I think I'm having a great time. My name is Lindo Kuhle. Coming straight from Soweto. Half KZN, half Soweto. Yeah, so I was born and bred there. So, but thank you so much, guys.
Welcome, man. Feel at home.
I'm getting the comfortability right now. We were starting the show. It was very hyped up. We're having a nice time.
Yeah,
there was some tension, but we've cut it off, so we're good. I think I need to tell Sfiso this, and for other people who are in the room, that we went to Lavela Secondary High School, and I don't know if you know what we used to call it.
In Las Vegas.
Yes.
Whoa!
So Lavela was Las Vegas for us. Yes. Okay. Yes.
So you can't share what's happened there, because what happens in Vegas
stays in Vegas. So we can't really share.
We don't share it.
Yes.
You hear that the things that the pastor was doing. The things that the pastor was doing was not to motivate us and will not be good for business.
Yeah, it will be good for business.
Yeah.
So.
But at school, you always came across as someone who's very reserved, very quiet, and you had shenanigans. You were doing some things there.
I won't say so, because I grew up I think there was a phase from growing up. I developed the change, right? So when I reached, I think it was grade 6. I started having an issue in terms of, I would say it's a self-esteem, right? So it changed the whole entire environment, and I saw myself quiet. I was a quiet guy until, I would say, grade 10.
So you were forced to be quiet?
Yeah, I forced myself to be quiet. Like,
you forced yourself?
I feel like I don't belong, you know? Yeah, so I was just quiet. I was shy, quiet. Yeah.
So you are from a snake park. It's Soweto.
Woo!
There's some things that people say about snake park. There's a song that I'm not gonna sing about snake park.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But how was growing up a snake park? How would you sort of describe the youth? Yes, a snake park.
And you guys play with snakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's a great environment. I think we're carried by the stigma that has been put for the whole entire place, right? It has a lot of stigma. I was speaking to our counselor, I think last week.
You speak to counselors?
I think I was speaking to her, and then, we're just raising the fact, the issue that we're having, right? The place that I come from, it has a lot of stigma, and a lot of people identify Snake Park as, if I go there, danger. You know? So that's the only thing, and even the name.
Why did you call it Snake Park, really? Like, why?
Maybe there's a lot of snakes.
There were a lot of snakes, because before it was a farm, right?
So there are a lot of snakes.
snakes.
So the actual snakes, and then the people there are like snakes.
Snake.
So is that offensive?
It's
So,
okay.
I'm not calling you a snake. I'm saying like, why is it dangerous? So,
It's I think from coming from that environment, it was a farm. From a farm, they think they saw snakes, and then it was snakes in Snake Park, and then later on it was named Silvertown.
wow, that one is better. That one.
Because of the shacks that were there.
Yeah.
And then later on it was
Cape Town. Yes.
later on it was Doornkop. So it has a lot of
What does
names.
Doornkop mean?
It's a sharp,
Is it
let's just say
African
shaft
name?
mine. So so I live in Scribbleville. There's Doornkop mine, and then he lives in Snake Park. So it was separated by like a street, like a main reef street. It's not really far from me, basically. So the reason why they called it Doornkop is because of the mine shaft that is named Doornkop.
Well, I'm saying, what does Doornkop mean?
I don't know. It's a door and a head. Door and head. Doornkop. I think that's
and
it.
cop.
Yeah, like door,
So
head.
your head is open.
So it's open. Doornkop.
So what stigmas were in, like the stigma you mentioned? Is it gangster? What is it? Is it gangsterism that was happening there? Is there violence? What's happening?
I think it covers all the things that were happening: crime, violence. It includes each and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
It had a negative stigma where also when you check, right, I mean, it's also inside Soweto.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can check the map of Soweto, you won't find Snake Park and Brownfish, right? We're also fighting, understanding if we're in Soweto, West Rand,
Oh yeah, we do have that struggle also.
So also when you would go to a school level, and like I'm coming from a Snake Park, so snake at the end of the day, right? So it had that stigma where people didn't believe that great things would come out of the whole entire place, right?
So the young people from there, how would you? Let me not try and limit Snake Park and just say the youth in Snake Park.
Yeah.
But what do you think the current condition of the youth in South Africa is like?
Sure.
As you're having a conversation, then like he was speaking about the culture that is being brought in our areas, right? When you're from Soweto, there's a culture that is being carried. We won't say it's a youth, but it's a culture, right? It's not an issue for youth. Culture that we grow up around, it has influenced the youth that is there. So automatically we follow the culture. So they are influenced by the culture. Yes, we blame also the struggles that we are coming from. But the main thing is that we found something and then we took that and inherited it, continued. So the youth is facing the current culture that was brought to us.
So the culture, is it like a violent kind of culture? Is it a gangsterism? Because gangsterism can be something that is made
It's a culture.
as a culture for people. So would you say that young people find themselves in a culture of being influenced by violence and gangsterism? And if that is true, why do they opt, or why do they feel that's the culture that they should join or be a part of, or be proud to be a part of a culture?
And
like
not
that?
just gangsterism, but also like immorality and drunkenness.
Yeah. I think it's when we speak about it, those are well marketed. So it goes back to there's someone that is marketing something, right? The only thing that is the youth is able to see is those crime. When you watch all the movies that we watch, Jerusalem,
Tsotsi, R.I.P. to
those are the best hype movies, right? So it goes back to what's marketed, right? What are the youth? From growing up? What are you able to see each and every day, right? It's crime. Intend to become a culture, but you need to follow it because it's something that is marketed. It's the only thing that you're able to see, right? But when you're in school, they will tell you that there's a doctor, there's a lawyer, and those are the careers. But outside, you don't see any doctor. You see crime. Like in order for you to get to a better stage or to be someone, you need to be doing something. There must be cars that are being stolen. So that's the culture or things that are marketed now. And the whole entire region, not only Snake Park, but South Africa as a whole.
So how do you think apartheid led to that?
I think apartheid is...
Do you think it had an influence on that, or it's just like, oh, we are poor then, let's just hustle, just?
It had an influence. It played a big role in terms of what we have right now. I was telling another guy later on, it's not a matter of blaming apartheid right now. It's for us to come up with a proper solution on the issue that we're having. But I would say there is scars. Economical, we're having a scars. Educational, there's a scar that we have, right? Where I was making an example that if I was having a full loaf of bread and you went eating eating bread for years, right? And finally I give you a one slide. Like, take the one slide. You've been complaining, man. You've been crying. And then from that one slide, I don't teach you on how to eat that slide, right? And I would say it needs to last you for a year. While having that slide, I say to you, man, one slide for a year. I'm like, yeah, you need to share it with your brothers, right? Oh, I need to share this one, the same one slide, yeah. And also your neighbors, right? So that's the term called freedom that was posed from, and it's also a scar.
So freedom is a scar.
Is a scar that it's a term that was given to us black people, that you are free, but it's more like I'm giving you one slide and then I'm taking the whole loaf.
Go deeper, Pastor. Go deeper. Go deeper. Explain.
Yeah, so I think it's that those are the scars that have carried on, right? Affecting the economy, because right now you're being put, as you're saying, that you would find that in some areas they have toilets inside the house, but with us you need to walk. Then you need to wrap something, and then finally you're using a paper newspaper, right?
Yes.
So that's the culture that we have. We made it a culture because with black people, if we find something, we're able to change it to a culture, right?
We embrace it.
We embrace it and make it our own, right? So they put us in clustered areas where there's lesser opportunities. Remember, they have the bread, we have the slice, so they have the whole entire land, right? Land issue, educational issue, where the system is still the same. We're still using the same system. What has changed is that we have got that a few nyana freedom, space, and the fact that we are able to move around and get the education that we're getting today, right? We are not saying education is the key to success. It's just I grew up as someone that...
so you're saying education is not the key to success?
To some, it's not. It's not the key to success.
You touched something very interesting. I'm sorry. I hope I don't divert. But you spoke about, in my understanding of the analogy of the bread being economic freedom that black people did not have in apartheid, and then bread being land.
Yeah.
Do you think that in order for black young people to be totally free, or for them to be able to get that full loaf of bread, they need to get the land back to themselves?
Actually, they do not all getting the land, right? That's not the case. But within getting the land, you need to be educated with the land that you're getting, right? Because a lot of people are studying land. We need to export. There's AFF and etc. Right? They're speaking about getting the land, but you can't be saying to people, "Go take land," without them having an idea of what they will be doing when they get the land, right? So white people are very smart in terms of creating the whole entire environment that we are having currently right now, right? That they can go out and get the land, but we know that they do not know what they will do with the land, right? Firstly, we are not able to create. They cut the fact that we should be thinkers. A lot of black people are no longer thinkers; they are just followers.
Wow,
Danko Pastor.
That's interesting. Okay, I was going to say something, but I don't want to.
So this is the thing. This is my shandies. When there was this thing, Operation Tutula, and they were like, we don't want foreign nationals in South Africa and stuff. And then they were closing down businesses of foreigners. And we were like, okay, for me, I was like, hey, why are you closing down these businesses whereby cheetahs in the gas will just be chilling? They are providing services that cheetahs in the gas are saying, nah. Bazothina abantu me selling veggies. Bazothina abantu me fixing couches. Bazothina abantu me nakondojana. So part of me is it's okay. Is it super fair to blame the apartheid system? It's okay. People don't have access to opportunities. If people in a sense, the market in a sense has been opened, but people refuse to take advantage of those opportunities by thinking. Because somehow I understand there's this thing of you are waiting for I will sound very, very stupid, and I will sound very, very white. Please forgive me, because the sister's calling me white. But why on earth are you still asking for a slice of bread? Why don't you bake your own bread? Like, why
Yeah.
don't you? Well, okay, with the land issue, the thing is more complex, but like, come on, bruv. The people are coming from outside of SA, they are black like you, and they're able to hustle and make things happen. Why are you still fighting over crumbs when you could apply your mind and actually advance? Because now it's like, I think the hate that we have against like foreign nationals, or why there's xenophobia, is because we see that we are saying there are no opportunities, but people who are black like us, who are not even from SA, they are able to advance. So what's the point? Is it still fair to be like, the white man is oppressing me? Isn't the system literally oppressing the foreign national? Imagine someone who doesn't even have documents.
Yeah.
They are able to survive and thrive here in SA, but the South African will cry, there are no opportunities. Nah,
Yeah.
I think it's a mindset issue,
it's a
a
mindset
laziness
issue.
corrupt, a heart that is corrupt.
Yeah. And then it goes back to saying that it goes back to the slides, right? To the two sides. We got the bread, and then with it getting the freedom, we saw that we needed to share the bread, right? And next minute you're seeing our brothers, they are in the country. What they did when they got to the country, they identified the opportunities that were there that we didn't recognize. Tinekasi, you only had one spaza shop that you'd go to, and it was that only spaza shop, right? If Uvali, it's closed for the day, right? If he doesn't want to sell, it's up to them. And then they came, they identified the opportunities, and now we're having more than 15 shops in one area, and they are all getting support, right? So they make sure that we are able to see that there is an issue within us, right, within the community as an overall. So I would keep on blaming and having, but it was a time for us to have an opportunity to learn. We can also sell and sell the same thing, right? And then from there, we would get to learn that, people support who they want to support, right? But at the end of the day, they would support you.
For sure.
I think we mentioned, we said a lot about you as a person. I mean, we mentioned that you are a pastor, a motivational speaker, and a businessman, right? So I want to ask a question based on you growing up in Snake Park, where it's stigmatized violence, gangsterism. How do you become exceptional? Because I believe that's what you would call you right now. Exceptional, because you're a businessman. How did you move from saying, you know what, I am not going to sit and wait for bread to be cut. I am going to bake my own bread. So I want you to tell me about your business. What inspired you to start your own business? And in having to start up your business, how was it like? Are you employing young people? When young people come and ask for like employment, how do they present themselves? Are they people who you see that these people want to work? Or, like that white man over there, are they lazy?
Okay.
Do we have to submit a CV when it comes to you, man? Or do you just look at my face and be like,
But tell us what your business is about, and then you can expand on that. It's fine.
Okay. Just to see from the upbringing, right? I think I had a few years in Natal, where I was living no coco. It wasn't long, right? It wasn't long. And then I had an opportunity to come and choose when my father passed away, right? So I had an opportunity to be around from a young age, and I started going to school. I grew up as a curious kid. I'm very curious. I'm curious. I want to understand each and everything that is happening, right? If I had something, I would need, if it start moving, no me toys there move, I would need to understand what's happening. Right? That's how curious I am. I think the journey of being identifying a business is from me growing up, right? Being curious, wanting to understand, playing all the sports that are around, and you'd find me doing a lot of things.
Like
karate, where they would say it's boxing right now. I'm running to do boxing. I'm doing a lot of things at once, right? And until I identified that I have a mindset of looking to create change, right? And towards the environment or where I come from, as you say, it's a Snake Park. It was me seeing that there is a problem, and if there's no one that is. We do have a lot of soccer players, right? It's
Sure.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Tabiso Sesani. We do have yeah, but not having people that are proper out there, it created a problem towards my mind. Having that mentality where I'm curious and I want to start something, right? I'm a curious person. That's why I didn't. After I said a metric, then yeah, I'm done. I'm done because I want to understand. And I'm a practical person, not a theory. When you speak of theory, if doctors like they would give me an opportunity, I would need to study for 2 days and then do the operations.
Oh my God, that's
how
genius,
How curious I am.
Genius,
So what's your business like? What is your business about? Is it like a practical thing that you do, like?
Yeah, so yeah, it is a practical thing, right? The first one is where we do marketing, right? So it's online marketing, and the other one is based on insurance and catering. So it's
Okay. So you have two businesses, or it's
two separate, right?
Okay.
So the first one, the other one is in space.
In space, wow!
That's the name of the company.
That's the name.
From Starlink to in space.
In space. So yeah, we are
inside.
Elon.
Take it.
Yeah.
And the other one is Nomex, right?
No?
A lot of Nomex. A lot of people know that Nomusa, because we took the name from Umama, right? And it's Nomusa and Nomex, right?
Okay. Almost made a bad joke.
So it's just including insurance and catering, right?
What kind of insurance? Like life cover? Death?
It's a funeral.
Funeral cover.
So it.
Hey, bro, your buddy.
So with the Nomex, it's not me being alone, but it's me being a group of people, right? There's an insurance guy, there's a catering lady, I have partners, and then there's me for the sales and marketing, right? So we just collaborated and made one thing. The idea came from our side that we can balance catering and insurance, right? And make it a catering funeral insurance. So yeah, we started the company that it was providing changes first. At first, we wanted to make it as a subscription, right? But looking at the laws of South Africa,
You wanted to make it what?
We wanted to make the catering as a subscription where you can just go online, subscribe, and now you have a catering.
Don't forget to subscribe, bro. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
So, and due to the laws, you need the FSPs, you need to make sure that everything is because you are dealing with lives, right? And it's
so you felt like Elon Musk a bit there.
Yeah, I felt like I was Elon
Musk. The laws are like, no, in space, Starlink, the laws are against
that.
Hey.
Because we wanted to make it as global as possible. Right?
Wow.
That we are taking.
Talk about dreaming big.
Yeah, that how ambitious. I'm very ambitious. I'm an ambitious person. So we wanted to tackle all the but due to the laws, we had to, and then it got more complicated.
How did the laws hinder you? So,
we needed
it's a long process, or you are not black enough.
It will also apply, right?
Yeah.
We were speaking about the B.E.E. also. We'll get to that. It doesn't help at all.
Wow.
So it's a process in order for you to get those necessary documents. We're looking at insurance, right? It's more like a funeral partner. We have a lot of funeral parts at us, right?
Lots.
If you grow up at us,
Lots.
there's a lot of funeral parts. So, but we came up with something that was different and new to people's ears, right? Or when they're seeing it, right? At first, we got those trends. We were trending, and people are interested.
How is it different? Like you don't
the new thing.
You don't use a fridge.
Yeah, it's like you forgetting about your neighbors and having neighbors for you and on the last days, right? So I know when you grow up in the black community, we have this culture where if it's a funeral, each and every neighbor would go and assist, right? But as time changes after Apartheid, changes started to happen, and now you're having folks who are not attending to your neighbors' funerals, and they're having lesser people coming in. So we came in, right? And
So the neighbors.
It will be the neighbors, the good neighbors.
So unlike Elon Musk, it's not that you don't want 30% of black people working for you.
Yeah.
Do you employ young people?
For now we do have two full time, right? And the other is casuals because we need to wait for a funeral. The only people that are working is the ones that are doing catering where if they're getting clients, they will be working. So I would say there is a number of people that are getting employed, getting opportunities, right? But as we're still starting out, it'll be mostly casuals and the sales team.
So the young people, are they employable? Are they people that you can? Because I mean, I'm thinking catering. You have to go there, chop things, and do.
Yeah.
Are young people saying, "Here I am ready to serve the community," or are they like, cooking? Yeah, you must ask Umamu Sbanyoni or someone else, someone who's old. I can't cook. Or do you find young people who are saying, "You know what? I would love to cook. I would love to serve. I would love to do this."
Yeah, we do actually. There's those ones that are interested, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's them having a passion of cooking. You find that, I mean, I'm passionate in prepare, right? And they would come. But with some, it's a structure that has been built for them, right? You know, you're coming from school. You're from school. The only thing that you were taught in high school, if you still remember, is how to construct a CV. And the last one is how to do an operation. Meaning now they are paving you.
So you actually use that skill.
Yeah.
And you make money from it. Wow.
You are taught that, right?
Yes.
So it's a structure that has been put in place. A lot of you are having that in mindset. I need to get a CV, get a job, and then after getting a job, I need to get paid each and every month, right? So when you come to someone and say, we are still new, we're still building, but would hire you. Later on, you would get paid. It's like, I need to be getting a salary. Now. So I won't say they are lazy. I think it's the structure that has been provided to them. Like, apartheid is still here, but now we're facing a mindset apartheid, which is dealing with the mindset of the youth, right?
How would you say you have escaped that mindset? I mean, you are in an environment where people have sort of, I would say, I might be wrong, have the same mindset. How did you look at it and be like, you know what, I don't want to be a victim of circumstances. I am going to start my own thing. Because not only are you a businessman, you're also a motivational speaker. Coming from a place where there's stigma and, I mean, I'm sure there's no motivation.
Yeah.
So did you take that? Did you take the current situations or rather the circumstances and be like, you know what, I can actually motivate people? So what inspired you?
The motivator?
Yes.
What motivates? I think firstly, it will be the environment that you're quite in, right? It must give you motivation. You must get a motivation from that. So I think I was motivated by the environment and me being ambitious. I'm very ambitious, so I can escape each and every environment that I'm in.
What makes you ambitious? Is it a natural thing?
Yeah, I think it's within me, where I need to know.
So your siblings are not ambitious?
Yeah, being personal.
I want to understand whether he was brought up in that.
He just said it's within him. Okay, but anyway,
I think because I grew up in around an environment where I saw a lot of ambitious people. Businesses were created around the house. As you'd say.
Around the house?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so a lot of them are very ambitious.
You're
right?
true.
Yeah, so I come from that's where I get that.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm digressing. What do you think about the current state of our leadership, the government, the leadership? Because like if we look at the previous leadership during apartheid, they had goals, like how they were using like state-owned enterprises. There was vision and stuff, but now it's like after apartheid, many of the people who are in the ANC went to state-owned enterprises to make money for themselves without the necessary skill sets or the vision. So what do you think about the current vision, the current role of the current leadership that we have, and do you think like they're a positive role model for young people or even for you?
The only positive, it's a negative, right? I think they fall under a pyramid scheme, right? There's a pyramid within that. And you know, if you would scroll around social platforms, you'd get that picture where there's a fat guy with mukaba and he's eating bread or cake and then he's laughing and there's crumbs. That's our government. That's the structure that they have, right? So when you're on the top of the pyramid scheme, you would get the benefits, right? They carried the bread when they were given the slide. They got the slides, they got the rules and regulations, and then they took it to themselves, right?
Sure.
We would just carry this, and then we won't share it with the people, right? We'll just give them what's left, right?
Sure.
And they are not of benefit to the youth of South Africa, to the people of South Africa, right? We also going back to the B.E.E, it's not of benefit, right? It doesn't benefit the back. It only benefits the people that are on top of the pyramid scheme, right?
Sure.
And it's just a term that is being used, so it's they are not benefiting.
And then, as a pastor, how is the church? Is the church still relevant? We need to ask how did you become a pastor?
Yeah, how do I? Yeah.
How did you become a pastor? And then, highlight how is the church still relevant?
I think becoming a pastor, it was a calling, right? It is a calling. It's a very calling from, I wouldn't say from a young age, right?
So you always had a phone, from young?
No, man. It doesn't mean that calling. Hey!
It's a calling.
Yes.
Yeah, check PDM. It's been a calling, I would say. But first you need to be on a journey of finding God, right? Started being on a journey of finding God. While I was on that journey, also would be leaders where they would there's something within you, right? There's a corner,
the anointing.
The anointing, yeah. So I think I was in the environment of finding God, and then I got the recognitions from the leader, and they said, you need to take this, right? Looking at the life that you're living also, and then I needed to do a self-introspection. That do I really want to be a pastor at this age, right?
Yes.
They explained each and everything, and then I found God, right? And then God did wonders. He's doing the job, right? Many people.
So, as a young pastor who is still young, who's still how do you as a leader in the church, as a young leader in the church, how do young people sort of respond to your leadership? Do they feel like when I come to church, or when I'm in church, or when I'm in the Christian community that you are leading, they see that you can help them with the grievances that they have as young people, their own problems, issues that they face?
Yeah, I think it's that, right? It was an opportunity for them. I think they identify that if, as they seeing a young pastor, and I think our values will be shared, or all the problems that we're having, he will be able to understand, right? So I'm having a lot of young people coming forward, right? Because they feel like he will be able to understand what we are going through. It's also a great thing because it's God-driven, right? Church is still relevant because when you check right now, a lot of youth are going towards Christ, finding Jesus, finding God, right? So as more as we're getting young people being on the leadership side, it also makes it better, right? I think they are able to recognize that that is change.
Why is that important?
Having young people
turn to Christ.
Why is it important?
Yes.
I think it shifts the mindset, right? I was speaking to another guy, it's too late to tell people that the Bible was a colonization. It was a book that was given to black people as they were colonized. And you speaking about spirituality on another level, when we keep on debating, it doesn't take us nowhere, right? The main focus is that we should be getting away, because a lot of people have got away within the Word of God, and they got access to some of the things that they wanted, right? Also, it's spirituality. A lot of people have gone through the journey. They got an opportunity to go out. It's us to figure out on how we would make sure that we are going towards finding success and escaping the reality that we're having right now. So it's very important to find Christ. With that Christ, sure.
He's the way, the truth, and the life. Yeah.
And you can't come to the Father except through Him.
Yeah.
Okay, Taco, please. Taco pastor, Taco motivator, Taco businessman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Taco. Taco, please. Okay, that was dope. We had Lindo, the businessman, the pastor, the motivational speaker. So, sister, what were your takeaways?
I think listening to Lindo I don't know if being a motivational speaker is something that can rub off you. But I think listening to his story made me realize that when life gives you lemon,
yes,
you make lemonade.
And I call her Lemon, so I have two nicknames for her. When she's all happy and what, I call her Pineapple. Yeah, because when she's all sour and stuff, like during the argument, then she is Lemon. So during this episode, she was both Pineapple and Lemon.
I'm a very interesting person.
Very interesting. You're dynamic.
Right?
Wow.
Look at
my
you.
dear sister.
Compliment
so what
from
was your What was your main takeaway?
I think what I loved about Lindo's story was that, irregardless of where he comes from, he did not say, you know what, I'm from Snake Park. This place says that nothing great can come out from here. I am going to be exceptional.
Okay.
I am going to use what I have. Having to think of a business idea to say, you know what, people die. Let me just take that opportunity. I'm not talking about the thought that I'm saying it out loud. No.
But the guy's money, black people really do that.
People do die.
Yeah,
and to see that as an opportunity, not to necessarily make money, because I think he really made a very good point on how people should bring back that culture of black people to say, when someone dies, then your neighbor has to be there for you. So their business is not just about making money and enriching ourselves, but the business is about saying, hey, black people, we offer services, and we are saying, let's stick to our core values.
I'm going to be your neighbor, but you're going to pay me for it.
Don't be a lawyer.
Okay, so...
Don't be a lawyer.
Okay, so...
Yes, so that was my biggest takeaway, that when life gives you lemon, make lemonade.
Uncle Lemonade.
Yeah. What did you take out from it?
Okay, so we covered a lot of stuff, and for me, video wanted us to look at to see like the leadership. I really believe that one of God's biggest gifts is a good leader. And usually we have a problem when the leadership moves away from God, and that is where we find the selfishness. I believe that the current leadership is very selfish. I believe that the previous leadership, the white men, were very selfish. So I think the main problem is that each one is looking out for his own. And you see that it has left a culture whereby
you reminded me of the
people are
saying.
just messed up. Yeah, okay.
There's a saying that says, "Ikote kota."
Yeah. Yes.
So it's the survival of the fittest.
The survival of the fittest, and it's the survival of the one that looks like me, it's the survival of the one that I know, who's closest to me.
Yeah.
So it's just shared that there's like a general selfishness. And I think it was one of the wisest kings that ever lived. He was like, there's nothing new under the sun. So I want us to read something. So let's go to First Samuel, chapter 8. So we're in a situation whereby things are rough. Okay, back then it was in the Old Testament. So there were no political parties. There was no Julius Malema. There was no Ramaphosa. But the situation, they wanted their situation to change. So they were not really happy with the current leadership. They wanted to be like the other nations. So they so the Israelites at the time, they were being led by the prophet Samuel. But they also wanted a king, because a king symbolized strength, and they wanted someone to fight their battles. So in God's mind, God was their king, God was their leader, but they were like, the prophet Samuel is leading us, but hey, his sons, they are not make sure. So we need a king for ourselves, someone who will go and fight for our battles. So they, like us, somehow we also have that belief that there will come like a messianic political figure that will come through and save us. Many people are convinced that Julius Malema is the Moses of this age, and that he will come through and help us pass the Red Sea.
The Red Sea,
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I want us to read a warning that the Prophet Samuel highlighted, and you see that this warning is very much consistent with the current leadership, with the previous leadership, with any type of leadership that is like outside of God. So read 1 Samuel chapter 8, please read from verse 10 to 22. You're an honors girl, so it's not long for you. These are small words.
So I'm reading 1 Samuel chapter 8.
Yes.
This.
From verse 10 to verse 22.
Wow. Samuel told all the words of the Lord to the people who were asking him for a king. He said, "This is what the king who will reign over you will do. He will take your sons and make them serve with his chariots and horses, and they will run in the front of his chariots. Some he will assign to be commanders of 1,000 and commanders of 50s, and others to plow his ground and reap his harvest, and still others to make weapons of war and equipment for his chariots. He will take your daughters to be perfumers and cooks and bakers. He will take the best of your fields and vineyards and olive groves and give them to his attendants. He will take 1/10 of your grain and of your vintage and give it to his officials and attendants. Your main servants and your men servants and maid servants and the best of your cattle and donkeys he will take for his own use. He will take 1/10 of your flocks, and you yourselves will become his slaves. When that day comes, you will cry out for relief from the king you have chosen, and the Lord will not answer you in that day. But the people refused to listen to Samuel. No, they said, we want a king over us. Then we shall be like all the other nations, with a king to lead us, to go out before us and fight our battles.
Yes.
Oh my God. When Samuel heard all that the people said, he repeated it before the Lord. The Lord answered, listen to them and give them a king. Then Samuel said to the men of Israel, everyone is going back to his own town.
Thank you.
This is the word of the Lord.
Danko, please.